So my son, Josiah, 29 years old. So I'm coming up on 7 years. October 22nd will be 7 years. This right here is Josiah's necklace. And the first year, I couldn't take it off. Let's take a shower. I just couldn't take it off. And I came around the 1 year point, and on the back, he had glued two iolites. He loved that stone, iolite, very spiritual stone. And at 1 year, my two other children had come over, and I was going to read them Polish Through the Pain. And I had written that, and I was holding on to this, and I said, I just don't know if I could ever take this off. I just don't know if I'll ever be able to take this off. And one of the iolites fell off into my hand. And I was like, and then of course, I'm such a rebel. Well, I'm not going to take it off till the other iolite. And so, the second year, I was still wearing it quite a bit. And now I'm able to I usually wear it when I do any of my work, or I travel. So over the summer here in August, we traveled. We went up to my sister's, who lives in Oregon. I live in Southern California. So my sister lives in Oregon and my mother-in-law lives in Oregon. They live in like two different areas. Like both live in Southern, but they're like 2 hours apart. So we went straight up. We went to Mount Shasta. We went to the caverns. We hear a noise. And I'm just going to tell you this because I want to tell you how powerful this whole weekend was. But we like, oh, whatever, must be something in the tire. We get to my sister. So now we've been traveling like 14 hours. We stay at my sister for 2 days. We drive the 2 hours to my mother-in-law's, and we stay there for 2 days. And now we're going to go to Tahoe. Now it's our time for us. And we're leaving, and we hear the noise again. So my husband gets out, doesn't see anything, gets back in, drive a minute more, gets back out. And he says, Raina, one of your tires is like metal. These are 2-year-old tires. What do you mean metal? So we go into town. We're not going to Tahoe, and we have to order new tires. Long story short, we had to get 4 tires. All 4 of my tires were shredded. So we could have left this planet, right? So prior to this, he had found this emblem, and I wish I had brought it in here, but I didn't. And it's the most bizarre thing you've ever seen. It has a little chain that looks broken. It looks like a can opener, but then there's a picture of a saint or an angel, and it has a green cloak. So I told him it was Archangel Raphael who had come. So he said, should we take this? And I'm like, yes, we should. So we end up in Reno, and it's a very big casino, and it's about 8 o'clock at night, and Rich goes down to the downstairs, and I said, I'm going to change. And I'm now changing my clothes, and I go like this, and I realize my necklace is missing. And I start to go into full panic. It wasn't pretty, right? I call the hotel we had stayed out the night before. I'm panicking because, while we were waiting for the tires, we were in Walmart, and I was trying on clothes. We had 3 hours. We were just goofing off. It was across the street. I know I lost it at Walmart. Oh my gosh, I can't function, this is like precious to me. So I go downstairs, we go into the car, I go back upstairs, I go back downstairs, nothing. My husband's gone up and down. Finally, it's like 11:30 at night. I'm like, I'm going to bed because I'm despondent. I'm no fun anymore. And so I'm just bummed. And so the next morning we get ready to go. He goes downstairs, and I get everything ready. And I'm thinking, when we get down there and we pull that car out of that tight parking structure, I'm tearing that car apart. I have to find this necklace. So he comes back upstairs, and now we've both been up and down these elevators at least 4 times. So we come out, we've got our luggage, we come into the corridor. The corridor is like a straight corridor with a wall at the end. There's 3 elevators. And I walk into the corridor. There's only one other person in the corridor. And I hear my husband say, and I'm not kidding, it's like this. He goes, Raina. And I'm like, and I turn around, and he's pointing straight down, and my son's necklace is on the ground right there. And it's like maybe this far from the wall too. And I'm like, what? So I have like an impulse response, and I pick it up, and I'm crying, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like in this whole like Aries, I'm an Aries, like I'm like, oh, mode. And there's one other person in this, one woman, and she says and she looks at me, kind of stunned because she's waiting for the elevator. And I said, oh my gosh, it was my son's. And I thought I lost it. I can't believe it's right there. And she says, I don't know if you lost your son, but I lost my daughter. So the only other woman in this corridor was another sacred mama needing to see this, witness this, which I didn't even get in the moment because I was like, my brain had shot. I was gone, but I got it later. And we traveled in the elevator, we exchanged information, and did Josiah magically move that there? Yeah, I think so. Because how else would it have gotten there? And this is a huge hotel. Nobody had picked it up for 12 hours. It had sat there. So that's the most recent thing that happened. And needless to say, Necklace is not traveling with me anymore. I'm like, no, you have to stay here. It's actually the first time I put it back on today. I put it on his little altar and I took it off and put it back on today. And I was like, I'm just like, this has been like a month since I've had it on. I'm like, no, this is his energy. This is his vibration. And he wasn't going to let me not have it. And I believe her daughter and Josiah got together because I believe that our loved ones and spirits finagle stuff. They're mischievous and, they're having a good time. And so that's that most recent story that happened that was so emotionally driven for me. And that what? It's where? Are you kidding right now? So it was just magic. It was just pure ethereal magic. And that you can't make this up. You just can't make this up.